Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to my blockchain channel. My name is SilverDollarSam, and I'm making this video today for those of you that are having FUD. Most of us that are old timers, we know it's the deal, right? We know there are highs, we know there are lows. But if you're new to this space, this is a challenging time for you. It's a time where you are questioning whether or not Bitcoin will be here in 5 years. It's a question of whether or not DeFi is here to stay or just a fad that's going to time out. When you're having thoughts like these, I always love to come back to this infamous video that was done by DaVinci J15 all the way back in May 9th of 2013. Let's take a quick listen because this is my favorite.
You can stay on the sidelines, but if you really want to become wealthy in the future, I would suggest you take $1 frickin' $1, buy some bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay, sorry for swearing, but you know what? It's just $1.
It's just $1. Now, look, obviously, as we all very well know, if you took $1 in May 9th of 2013 and you put it into Bitcoin, I don't know the exact price, but you'd have a lot more than just $1. But I want to go ahead and share some hope for you because I've been through this, some crypto class of 2017. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all here, this is an article from the Wall Street Journal, and it basically says that crypto's oldest bank, BNY Mellon, they're going to hold crypto. This is from October of this year. And for reference here, folks, this is Alexander Hamilton's bank. This is the man that envisioned what America's financial system would be, a man that envisioned some kind of central bank before we had a central bank, before we had Fort Knox, before we had the gold standard, right? This bank's going to be holding crypto now, along with many others, right? I just want to take a look at this one really quick, where a Credit Suisse analyst by the name of ZK Zhang, he believes that this is the last major fall of this cycle. Now, look, is this the last major fall of this cycle? I don't know, right? Could we go lower? We can always go lower, guys. We could go to $1 freaking dollar. We have no idea. But a lot of folks are suspecting that, look, when there is blood in the streets, when there is a exchange or a major platform like FTX that is going to zero overnight, that's a good sign if you want to buy in. I know if you haven't been here before, that's terrifying. It sounds like the world's burning around you. But for folks that have been here before, it's Black Friday early. It's Black Friday early, really. And for a lot of you that are new, you're going to be saying, well, I don't know about the technology. I don't know if this software is going to be used in the future. Well, I want to direct your attention to DeFi Llama, right? We've got $42 billion locked in DeFi currently. If you thought DeFi was just a fad or, very fairly thought that it was just some kind of Ponzi rug pulling scheme, think about it right now. In 2017, you had Bitcoin, you had Ethereum. What could you do with them? Not very much, right? Now you have stable coin assets on the Ethereum blockchain that you can move freely, right? If this technology was regulated in some way that benefits crypto, that benefits business, then you'd be able to take a USDC and pay with it at your, 7-Eleven, at your grocery store, whatever, and they'd be able to accept it. And you wouldn't have to pay the exorbitant credit card fees. So, DeFi, whether you like it or not, it's here to stay. The whole point of cryptocurrency is that you don't need counterparty risk, and these technologies allow us to have self-custody. They allow us to truly own and control our own finances. So DeFi is not going away, guys. I mean, if you look here in December of 2020, DeFi was, a quarter almost of where we're at. And we're in a bad place right now, in the broad scheme of things. We've had an exchange collapse that's hardly even comparable to what we saw with Mt. Gox back in the early days. Look at Bitcoin active addresses. I mean, they always go down massively after a major bull run. Look here in 2017, right? We had a massive capitulation and dump in terms of people using these. And don't get me wrong, we've had a massive dump here. It doesn't look like this is as wide of a gap. Overall, we see the trend rising. Bitcoin by and large is a household name now, right? And so moving forward, we're going to be able to reap the benefits that Satoshi Nakamoto gave the world, right? Blockchain is here to stay. I wanted to also point out just a couple small aspects of maybe you don't believe that Tether is going to be this super stable asset. And I would kind of agree with you for the future. But it's got $66 billion in it right now. USD coin has $44 billion in it right now. Binance has $22 billion in it right now. If you don't believe that this technology isn't going to be here in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it's time to change that perspective, because this is just the beginning. Right now, you can tokenize your dollars on the blockchain, right? But what happens when you can tokenize those dollars and you can buy something? Like genuinely, you can go to your store and they accept USDC. We're seeing a huge push forward in financial institutions that are accepting this technology. And so, I want to go back to this DaVinci video. He published this May 9th of 2013. Well, if we look at TradingView and we go back to, May 9th, we can't even go that far back because I'm on Coinbase. But, from 2015, we were barely touching like $55 here, guys. $55. If you took his advice, you'd be a happy man. And, halving is only continuing, right? The Bitcoin supply is never going to go up. So in the end of the day, the financial record isn't the most important thing. It's the reality that we are investing in a technology that allows you to control your wealth. It allows for your wealth to not just infinitely deplete in value because of inflation. And on top of that, there are additional, oncoming innovations that allow for us to truly use at least better the fiat system that we have today. So I'd encourage you to just keep your dollars of Bitcoin that you already have. Keep your sats, keep your ETH. Buy more. When there's blood in the street, it's time to go in further, right? When we see an additional drop here, I personally, and it's you do you, I do me, but I personally am going to be buying more. And for your sake, come in the future, I hope you do too. Not financial advice. Anyways, thanks for watching my very first YouTube video, and have a great day wherever you are.